OpenAI just pulled the rug out from under developers worldwide. Again. The AI giant has delayed its most anticipated open source model for the second time, and this time, they're not even giving us a new date. Picture this. You're a developer who's been waiting since spring for OpenAI to finally release something you can run on your own servers, something that doesn't require sending your data to their cloud, something actually open. Sam Altman promised it would drop in early summer. Then June came and went. Now July's here, and we're getting radio silence on when this thing will actually launch. Here's what makes this delay so fascinating. OpenAI hasn't released a truly open model since GPT-2 back in 2019. That's 5 years of keeping everything locked behind their API. 5 years of forcing developers to pay per token, send data to their servers, and accept whatever limitations they impose. This new model was supposed to change all that. But something's going wrong behind the scenes at OpenAI, and it's not just about this one model. Reports from inside the company paint a picture of a safety testing process that's basically falling apart. Remember when GPT-4 came out? They spent 6 months testing that thing for safety issues. 6 whole months making sure it wouldn't help someone build biological weapons or manipulate elections. Now, with their newer models like O3, insiders say they're down to just days of testing. Days! Think about that for a second. The models are getting more powerful, more capable, potentially more dangerous, and they're testing them less. It's like building faster cars but spending less time checking the brakes. Why would they do this? Competition. Meta's pumping out open models left and right. Google's in the game. There's this Chinese company, DeepSeek, that's absolutely crushing it with their R1 model. Even smaller players like Mistral are dropping impressive open source alternatives. OpenAI's feeling the heat, and when you're feeling the heat, you start cutting corners. The Financial Times dug into this and found something really concerning. Those specialized tests for the scary stuff, like whether the AI could help someone develop biological weapons, they might only be running those on older, weaker models, not on the cutting-edge stuff they're about to release. And get this. OpenAI recently changed their safety policy to exclude testing for persuasion harms before deployment. What does that mean? They're not checking if their AI can be used to spread disinformation or influence elections before they release it? They'll test after, once it's already out there. That's like checking if a dam holds water after you've already flooded the valley. The company says they found a good balance between speed and safety through automated testing. But then why the sudden delay? If their automated systems are so good, why pump the brakes now? Here's my theory. Someone at OpenAI looked at what they were about to release and realized they might have a problem. Not a small problem. A big enough problem that they'd rather face the embarrassment of another delay than the consequences of releasing something half-baked. What was this model supposed to be anyway? According to Altman, it would be the leading open-source model, better than anything from Meta, better than DeepSeek, better than all the competition. It would let developers run powerful AI on their own hardware while still having the option to connect to OpenAI's cloud models for the really complex stuff. Imagine having a sports car in your garage that could transform into a jet when you need to cross an ocean. They were building this thing from scratch, not just taking an existing model and opening it up. Altman called the breakthrough behind it unexpected and quite amazing. Said the wait would be very, very worth it. Those are big words from someone who doesn't usually oversell things. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just about one company's product launch. This is about the entire direction of AI development. Open models matter because they let researchers and developers experiment without restrictions. They let companies keep their data private. They let people in countries with strict regulations still access advanced AI. They democratize the technology. When OpenAI keeps delaying, it's not just frustrating their fans. It's holding back an entire ecosystem of developers who want to build on open technology. Every day this model doesn't launch is another day Meta and others can capture more of the open source community. The timing couldn't be worse for OpenAI. Mistral just launched their Magistral reasoning models. QN's rolling out hybrid models with advanced reasoning capabilities. The open-source AI space is moving at light speed, and OpenAI is standing still. What makes this whole situation even more complex is that OpenAI doesn't have standardized safety testing requirements to follow. There's no global AI safety certification they need to pass. They're making up the rules as they go, which means they can change those rules whenever competitive pressure gets too intense. The company finds itself trapped between two forces. On one side, you've got the need to move fast and stay competitive. On the other, you've got their stated commitment to AI safety and responsible development. These delays suggest that tension is reaching a breaking point. So what happens next? OpenAI hasn't given us a new timeline. They've gone from early summer to later this summer to indefinite postponement. That's not a good sign. When a company stops giving dates, it usually means they found problems they don't know how long it'll take to fix. For developers waiting on this model, you might want to start looking at alternatives. Meta's Llama models are getting better. DeepSeek's offerings are impressive. Mistral is making waves. The open-source AI world isn't waiting for OpenAI to get its act together. The bigger question is whether OpenAI can maintain its leadership position while playing it safe. Can you be both the fastest and the most careful? Can you revolutionize AI while making sure every model is thoroughly tested? These delays suggest OpenAI is struggling to find that balance. What we're watching isn't just a product delay. It's a company grappling with its own success and the responsibilities that come with building technology this powerful. Every decision they make sets precedents for the entire industry. The irony is thick here. OpenAI started as a nonprofit dedicated to making AI open and beneficial for everyone. Now they're one of the most closed AI companies out there, and their attempt to return to their open roots keeps getting pushed back. Maybe these delays are actually a good thing. Maybe it means someone at OpenAI is taking safety seriously enough to pump the brakes when needed. Or maybe it means they've bitten off more than they can chew, promising an open model that can compete with their closed ones while still being safe enough to release into the wild. Either way, the AI community is watching and waiting. Every delay erodes trust. Every postponement sends developers looking elsewhere. OpenAI better hope that when this model finally drops, it really is worth the wait. Because in the fast-moving world of AI, standing still is the same as moving backward. What do you think? Is OpenAI right to delay for safety, or are they just falling behind? Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.